New York City. Known as the city that never sleeps, this city is unlike any other in the world. It's where dreams are born, where some of the biggest names in show business are from. It's one of the most important cities in the world, famed for its culture and politics. It's the centre of countless movies, songs and other art forms, and it's one of the biggest tourist destinations in the world. I'm here for a week. Welcome to my New York experience. The first day was a bit painful because it was the flight over, but they gave us a cool interactive map to look at the whole 8 hours. The food was a solid 5 out of 10, but that didn't matter because we'd arrived at JFK. And what was the first thing we saw? Yeah, welcome to America. Clearly the most appropriate thing we had to do straight away was try the local cuisine. I have no idea why American portions are huge, but it was worth it. We had arrived in Times Square and I had one mission to complete: get a photo with a police officer. I never got this guy's name, but thank you. As well as the M&M store, we went to the Hard Rock shop where we saw a DeLorean. Wow, more about that later. Now, after doing a bit of shopping, me and about 6 million other people watched the sunset over Times Square. After a long day, we headed back home on the subway. I now know why they call it the city that never sleeps. On day 2, we went to Rise NY for a lovely 4D relaxing ride. Needless to say, it was very good. We then visited the 9/11 Memorial, and then went up One World Trade Center. I tried to get a whole video going all the way around the top of One World Trade Center, but then somebody obviously had to step in my way right at the end. We then went to this cool looking thing right next to the World Trade Center, before heading off to Chinatown. I like how they have a Santander in Chinatown. We went to the gifts shop and NYC Gifters shop. And that was the last thing we did that day. On day 3 I had my first ever Wendy's. Do not ask me what the this is because I cannot remember. Oh, and also, yeah. We then went to the Met and we saw some, sights. Afterwards, we had a not-so-relaxing boat trip in Central Park. We then went to the Natural History Museum, where we had a lady talk to us about a dinosaur exhibit.
It's the first T-Rex ever put up on display. Up until then, they had the bones just kind of in tables, and we got the bright idea of like a jigsaw puzzle, put it together, and put it up so people could see. So 1905 and 1911.
Awesome. That's amazing. Thank you.
You're welcome.
She was very nice and ended up teaching me stuff about dinosaurs, which is always nice. Our next stop was Macy's, but I didn't do any filming in there. I did, however, film our last stop of the day, the Empire State Building. This place is really making me appreciate why it's such a popular tourist destination. Day 4 started at Grand Central Station. Apparently that clock cost $20 million. Our stop was the UN building, but I was not allowed to film in there. One Vanderbilt was our next stop, and apart from the view being amazing, it was the weirdest building I've ever been in. The floors and ceilings and walls are all mirrored, and they just have a huge room full of balls. The trippiest room I've ever been in. After a quick trip to the New York Public Library, it was time to walk over the Brooklyn Bridge at sunset. It was kind of nice this day to just be able to take everything in after having such a busy schedule. It was nice being able to reset for an evening, but there was lots more to come. So, this is my first bit of public recording this whole trip. I'm currently sunbathing in a random outlet mall in the middle of suburban New York. Absolutely boiling in this jumper, by the way. I just want to show it off though when I stand up. Natural History Museum merch, $78. We're here for 2.5 hours. Everything here is so expensive. I keep getting stared at by people walking past because I'm talking into a microphone. Come on then, take a trip with me. Where can I go? Ooh, Calvin Klein. Do I need some more underwear? This is very awkward, walking through a really public place with everyone staring at you because you're talking into a microphone. It's just crazy that like outlet malls in the UK aren't even that expensive half the time. This is exclusively very high brand clothing. So you have got stuff like Nike and Adidas. You've also got Marc Jacobs, Saint Laurent, Gucci as well as around the corner. This is the last bit of monologuing I'll probably do for the day. So, bye-bye. After that lovely monologue, it was time for the baseball at Yankee Stadium. They lost. After that crushing defeat, on day 6 we unwound at Coney Island. From there, it was off to Ellen's Stardust Diner, before Back to the Future, the musical. The next day was the 4th of July. The fireworks see between 1 and 3 million spectators every year. We queued for 2.5 hours, only for the fireworks to be absolutely nowhere near us. But it's okay because they came over. The wait aside, it was pretty amazing and totally worth waiting for. The final full day was a busy one. After the intrepid Space and Air Museum, we took a 2.5 hour boat cruise around New York. We headed to the Statue of Liberty before going back to mainland New York. I don't know why, but she was a lot smaller than I was expecting her to be. Being on the boat really allowed me to just stop and think about all the things that I've been doing in the past week. I'm really going to miss New York when I leave, and it really is as good as people say. The flight home was a bit tough, but it was nice being home again. Now there's just one more thing I have to do. Merch time. So as you can see, I am rocking the Natural History Museum jumper from the video, but I bought way more than that. I also bought this lovely Statue of Liberty jumper. I think you'll agree it is beautiful. On top of that, various other trinkets, such as a New York snow globe, a New York magnet with the Twin Towers on it, and a key ring in the shape of a key, as well as a mini Statue of Liberty that a man tried to scam me into paying a lot of money for. I paid $5. Now, the main prize. It took me a long time to build this, and it was a miracle getting it back. Everyone, this is my new friend. It's the Statue of Liberty in Lego. This was $120. Look at her in all her glory. This took 3 days to build. I have been ill, that's why. Being back in the country, I can confirm that New York was absolutely incredible. It's the most interesting place I've ever been to. All in all, I would give New York a 12 out of 10. Thank you for watching.